Right, and welcome again everybody to the channel of Realize to Actualize on YouTube. It's all about change, and there's a lot of change going on in my life recently. I'm sure you're also dealing with change, and sometimes it's really difficult because we're left alone ultimately. And the harsh reality is that ultimately we're all alone in this world. And seemingly we are looking for relationships, we're looking for positive experiences. But one of the things I've learned during my own past in life is that everything is about what we learn. Life is a school, and experience is the greatest teacher. So the things that I'm talking about here, and of course I'm not the first one to say that, is really about opening yourself up to experience, opening oneself up to experience. And there you find that there's a lesson contained in everything that is happening to you. Basically everybody who comes to you is a teacher, of course is also a student, but it's also a mirror. And especially when things are difficult for us to deal with, and the people who come to us are sometimes challenging and stimulate something, or stimulate a negative response in us, it is especially then important to look at what is happening within ourselves. Because it is so easy to fall into that trap of blaming the other person and then getting involved in arguments, because people are rarely the way we want them or need them to. They are not the way we are. Even though seemingly that's what we're looking for, somebody in life. We're looking for a relationship. But I'm learning a lot about that as I actually am in a relationship with a very beautiful woman. But there's some challenges. And I realize that these challenges are an opportunity for me to learn about myself. And the things that I have neglected for a very, very long time, I need to be honest. Because this is really where it begins to work on oneself. This is not about me changing somebody else. It is impossible to do that. Telling somebody else that's the way. Ultimately, these things that I'm talking about, they cannot be taught, but they can be learned. And that is the whole point of this channel here on Realize to, the YouTube channel of Realize to Actualize and the work of Realize to Actualize. I just wanted to remind you again of that, but as basically you are just another me, and I'm just another you, it is also a reminder for myself to look at those things and to work on those things. And again, it is very difficult. It is impossible to do that on your own. People need each other. That's one of the things I've learned during my path after I left Germany in the early 90s. And my mindset back then was I needed nobody. I just wanted to be successful. I didn't really like people that much, but during my experiences and having moved from Germany to America and my marriage, which put me in touch with a lot of my own issues. And I'm not saying that I'm done. As a matter of fact, I'm just beginning. And so that's what I'm doing in these videos, is to share a little bit of that. Even though I'm not being very specific about what that is, but basically it has to do with my need to have what I want from others. I think I'm not the only one there that we search for that. We look for people who are like us in the way we want them to, and when that's the case, we make friends with them, and then we are in a positive relationship. But when things are difficult, we have a tendency of rejecting that. I have a tendency of rejecting that. But the new consciousness is about really looking at that. What's taking place within myself? Why am I being upset? Why am I getting into an argument with the other person instead of just accepting what they're saying? It's not really if I approve of it or if I even like it, if I agree with it, it doesn't matter. Just to open myself up to learning. And that is just the main message of Realize to Actualize, and maybe that can also inspire you a little bit to look at that for yourself. Instead of just being stuck in the mindset of I want what I want and I look for positive experiences. I look for people to be a certain way for me. It is ultimately all about what we contribute in relationships, and there it is about love. It is a power. It's not just a word that comes over us when we meet somebody who lives up to certain expectations of us. Love takes work. Love can look beyond the illusion. Love can comfort. Love can heal. But it takes work. It takes practice. It takes patience. And so that's basically the message again I wanted to reach you here again on this Monday afternoon. After I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, a lot of changes happening. Again, I'm not living in San Francisco. I got my own place in Richmond where I'm living with my son, and that's really exciting. Very challenging, but I'm just getting to know him after we haven't lived together for more than 10 years basically. He's 18 now and I'm 45, and so it's a whole new it's a whole new experience. And after I have met somebody on the 18th of December, my life has, well, changed a lot. I feel a lot of transformation taking place, or rather I feel the need for transformation. It is really time to wake up and do what I'm here to do, which is really living my purpose instead of just looking for work. And everybody's saying that because money is still very, very tight for me. It's kind of like a challenge, very much a challenge. But the reason for why it has been challenging for me and I'm just basically struggling for the past years is because I haven't done what I'm here to do. Which is really not only to share my knowledge in form of these videos, but really get to work, to take this to the next level. And it's time. There's no time like the now. And so this is just another reminder. Thanks for watching, all the best. I hope you enjoy this, and it will be nice to talk to you further along those lines about how can we not only deal with life better, but how can we do what we are here to do, and what is that really? What is our purpose as human beings? And that is not just the purpose for all of us human beings, that's an individual purpose for yourself. What is your purpose? What is your passion? What do you really enjoy doing? Instead of just being stuck in the old consciousness where we are programmed to look for work. We look for a job, which basically gets us to be dependent. We work for somebody, a boss, and they have a boss, and they have a boss, and it goes all the way up to the top where we have the 1%. But it's not about that, it's about us, the people. And that's a new movement that I'm promoting here. We are the 100%, because we have created those to be in power, those to abuse their power, to just get more resources, get more power over people, the power to control. In order to break that cycle, that vicious cycle, it needs to begin within ourselves. It's about us, the people. It's not about our politicians or our government leaders or those in power and trying to fight those. That has been the theme of human history as we know it. But the theme is about to change as we human beings, we the people, rise up and reclaim our true power. And that is the power to transform, the power of love, the power of be passionate, being creative, being an artist, realizing that life is an art, and also life is a movie. It's really about how do you want to direct this movie? Where do you want this movie to go? How do you want to write your own script? It's all about it. It's something we never ever learn in school for obvious reasons. Because there, life is a matter of doing what you're supposed to do in order to support the consciousness, in order to have more people who do what they're told. It's like a machine, an army to work for our government, those in power. But this is a power that is very misleading. It's the blinding power. It's again the power that corrupts, the power of greed, of having more and more and more and more, never really having enough. Always think there's something lacking. Just another reminder here before I'm going to end this video. You are perfect, just the way you are. There's nothing missing. It is a matter of taking an inventory of where you are at right now, of what it is you have learned, what you really know for yourself, what you realize for yourself. That's where it begins, to take an inventory of that. And then it really is a matter of asking yourself, what do I want to create? What is the change I want to see? And how can I get there? What actions do I need to take? What actions can I take today in order to create what I want to create for myself? To be who I want to be in this world. Because ultimately, we are free. Thanks for watching. All the best and keep it real.